TV upgrade report. Councillor Fenner will come in after Councillor Harrison, please, under 24.1. But I would like to say yet again, Councillor Fenner, you did a lot of work on this when it was your portfolio. I had it briefly for a while, and I'm really glad that this has come to this stage now that Mike has been pulling it together. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Leader. The Council's investment in CCTV has lasted well, and it's provided excellent value for money going right back to when it was first introduced. But despite the work carried out since its original installation in 1997, we're now in need of having a significant investment in the current system. I should say at this point that the guys from Siemens in particular that come to maintain and service it do a really, really good job, and without their goodwill and the fact that they managed to cannibalise bits from other redundant systems, perhaps our cctv system wouldn't still be operating in the same excellent way that it is. But we've done a lot of work into both how we can replace the system, but also how the Council can fund its investment in these times of reduced public budgets that we're all suffering from. As part of this, we looked at a wide range of options. Originally I think there was 9, I believe, and we boiled these down to 3 essential ways forward, and these are shown in the report. The lease option does have some attractions, but it doesn't actually stack up financially properly. And through the possible deal with the Kent Medway CCTV partnership presents good value for money, myself and Cabinet think that a more locally controlled system is much better, because this not only we retain control over our system, it also guarantees that we retain the jobs that come with the CCTV system locally within Thanet. So on this basis, we're aiming to move forward with the proposed purchase of the new system, and also to seek improvements on the cost estimated in the report, which we consider to be conservative with a small c. The basic operating costs of the new system allow savings to be made without compromising our existing coverage, and this can offset the large majority of the investment costs when reckoned over a 15-year period. This also allows further investment in the new mobile camera technology, as well as making future provision for moving the CCTV system to a co-located office with the community safety people at some time in the future, maybe moving up into here. So that's where we are with that. I think I should thank Phil Snook for doing most of the work on this report. It's a really, really good report. I spent over an hour and a half with him when he went through everything. He went through the original 9 proposals, and I agree with him that the 3 in front of us were probably the best ones. Also like to pay credit to the operators of the CCTV system. I don't have the figures with me, but they do actually play a very, very large role in not only preventing but detecting incidents that go on in some of our town centres in particular. So thanks to those individuals as well. So on that basis, I want to propose to the Cabinet that the adoption of the recommendation under 6.1 in the report is as follows. It's that the control room be retained in the medium term with its current location, but with financial provision to be made to co-locate in the Cecil Street offices, and a tender exercise be undertaken for the replacement of the control system, cameras and the mobile CCTV equipment in accordance with option A in Annex 1. And I so move. That's it.
Thank you very much. And of course, Councillor Harrison, it was you in 1997 who brought in the system originally. So obviously we've lived to see it through, all of us that were around then. Councillor Fenner, you wish to speak under 24.1? Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, I note that the original objectives for the CCTV service were listed, and the reassurance to the public is a big part. It is, in my opinion, a very big factor to consider, and its impact on public perception and interaction with the public. One objective that has to be in the list is to improve the public's perception of feeling safe. Therefore, also to increase the confidence from the public that TDC with its partners are acting and responding to crime and antisocial behaviour, and therefore also increasing the amount of reporting from the public of incidents. I do support option 1, particularly for the reason that I've just said, to reiterate the point that it will give confidence to the residents that matters are being dealt with locally by staff who know the area, and therefore increases the confidence. So I'm glad to see that there is funding. Funding has been earmarked for option 1. I do realise that this paper is obviously mostly to do with funding, but I do have 2 questions. I started working on this with the officers roughly 2 years ago. So the first question is obvious, and it's how long? Is it going to be another 2 years before we start seeing some implementation of this very needed service? And my other question is what it relates to the CCTV cameras and the mobile cameras and the trailer. What input will have the ward councillors in decided how they are being used? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'll come with my community safety portfolio hat on very quickly, if I may, because this is a statutory function. As you know, Michelle and many of you who attend the neighbourhood engagement meetings, we're getting a growing number of members of the public now coming to those meetings, bringing concerns to us, and it is vital that ward councillors, and I'm sure Councillor Harrison would absolutely agree, no one knows their own wards better than us elected members, and it would be right across the board. I think the system we had in place for all of these years, since '97, we had to fight to get more cameras down in the old town. The previous administration, dare I say, wanted them turned off at night and then told every burglar in the county that we were turning off the cameras and not watching them during the evening. And we had to fight, and thank you, that was in your time, Michelle, to get proper paid staff through the night instead of telling burglars we won't be looking. So Mike, if you'd like to come back quickly, but this is the whole thing about funding and where we get our money from. Thank you.
Yeah, I just reiterate, the cameras are manned and operated and observed 24/7. So 24/7, write that down, yeah? Yeah, under this administration, continued research. Of course, as soon as the decision's made, the work can start on, excuse me, preparing the tender and get this underway. You know, because as I said in my previous remarks, it is starting to become a matter of some urgency. So we really and truly need to get this underway as quickly as possible. As far as the mobile CCTV is concerned, we had a presentation the other evening from Jessica Bailey with Community Safety about the new powers and tools that are available, and I would suggest if members are aware of any particular issues in their wards, they raise that through the Community Safety Unit and maybe suggest that the mobile CCTV is used there. But at the end of the day, of course, it is an operational issue, and members, as we know, don't actually get involved in the operational issue. It's just one other thing I just want to say is that when you look at the figures on page 101, you'll see that the option A purchase option, there's a shortfall of 76,000 over 15 years, which compares with the leasing option, which is just out the window. But the option B, the mobile CCTV partnership, the actual shortfall of 76.8 works out to about £98 per week, which I think in anybody's language is money well spent. I think it's really, really good value for money to give, as Councillor Fenner said, the added feeling of security to members of the public, both residents and visitors alike. So I thoroughly commend it to you.
It's been moved and seconded. Could I take a vote, please, members? Thank you.